If your objective is to just get people to do what you want, don't learn nonviolent communication. Go to a dog obedience school and see how they train the dogs. You see.
Most of us are trained to move into relationship and into dialogue through the frame of what is wrong. And we tend to think through the frame of what is wrong.
Yeah. All right, there were a number of issues in my home, broken aspects of the home, things that were falling apart or needed to be fixed. Physically.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And I had hired someone to do these things
right.
while I was gone.
Okay.
And I came back and none of them were fixed.
Okay. And your emotional reaction was?
Anger.
Rage.
Yeah. Sadness.
So there's anger and sadness. Those are the emotions.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Something has happened. I have some feelings about it. I don't like the way it's going. And so I'm going to sit down with you and have a conversation with you about this problem that I have.
So I'm going to ask you a silly question. What were you sad and angry about?
I was angry that someone had made commitments to me and not fulfilled those commitments.
Okay, well, that's what happened. They had made the commitment and it fell, but that doesn't tell me what you were sad or angry about.
And generally, I'm overgeneralizing, but it's going to be either there's something wrong with me or there's something wrong with you. Right? I mean,
what does that mean that they didn't fulfill their commitments?
Meant that they didn't care about me. They didn't they didn't respect me.
So they didn't care about you and didn't respect you. What kind of person doesn't get cared or respected?
I don't know. Someone who doesn't deserve to be cared for or respected.
Exactly. Somebody unworthy, right?
Sure.
Of respect and care. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so if I have now evaluated that there's something wrong with me, what that means is that a lot of self-judgment is getting activated for me. I am beginning to tell myself a story about myself.
Something in you, I would argue, still believes that you're not worthy of care and respect. Mm-hmm. And that's what gets triggered. So who's the one that doesn't care about you and who's the one that doesn't think you're worthy of respect?
No, it'd be me.
It'd be you.
Yeah.
And that's what trauma is. We don't respond to the present moment. We respond to the past.
And so I've got a lot of theories about all of the things that are wrong with me. And then I'm likely to feel more depressed, or I'm likely to feel more anxious. And if I do this a lot, I'm going to see a lot more learned helplessness. And generally, I'm suffering. Because a lot of evaluations of what is wrong with me have gotten activated. And this is when I see people coming to therapy. Right? Because they've decided something is wrong with them, and then we treat ourselves like projects that need to be fixed, and we present ourselves to experts who are supposed to know how to fix us.
Now, what if you assumed for a moment that you're the most lovable, most worthy of care, most worthy of respect person in the history of the universe? And this guy doesn't do your home. What's your response?
Any number of the other options which does not trigger an intense negative emotional state.
Yeah.
None of those other options would trigger that.
And this is exactly what you're talking about. You're saying how these difficult things, how these problems are always teaching opportunities. And that's the beauty of healing, is that when you reframe things and you actually see the source within ourselves, all of a sudden, that's liberating. Because guess what? If you're feeling that way because this guy did this or didn't do that, that makes you a victim.
Yeah.
But if you see that you're the source, now you're powerful.
If I think that there's something wrong with you, because really I did it perfectly this time because I've been to a training and I said it right, then I'm likely to feel, if I think that you are the problem, I am likely to feel more angry and I'm likely to feel more self-righteous. And I'm going to educate you in all the things that I want you to change. And the way that I try and get you to change is by telling you what's wrong with you, right? And if you would only do it like this, that, and the next thing, then finally we would have a good relationship.
Now, one woman came to a training I did. This was a 3-day training, fortunately, because she came in the second day and said, Marshall, I went home and tried it, and it didn't work. Well, I said, let's learn from it. Let's hear what you actually said. And she did a very good job with the mechanics. She noticed that he didn't do 3 things that he said he was going to do. And she expressed her feelings clearly, she expressed her needs clearly, and she made a clear request. What's the problem? She said, he didn't do it. I said, then what did you do? I told him he couldn't go through life being lazy and irresponsible.
And we long for the other person to one day say to us, you're right. That was really helpful. Thank you for the awareness. I didn't see all of these things about myself before. I now know what to do. I will change. Generally, we don't get that reaction from other people. What we stimulate instead is a lot of defensiveness. This is
It sounds like you thought the purpose is to get what you want. Well, yeah. That's not the purpose of nonviolent communication, to get what you want. It's to create a connection that allows everybody's needs to get met. That's quite different. Where everybody does whatever they do willingly. That's the purpose, not just to get what you want. If your objective is to just get people to do what you want, don't learn nonviolent communication. Go to a dog obedience school and see how they train the dogs, you see.